and it's me, Maggie. I'm really uncomfortable. My shoulders hurt really bad. My head is throbbing really bad. So I'm gonna try and make this as quick as I can. Oh my God. Where do I start to tell you guys what's going on? A lot of crazy stuff happened after we moved. We had to fight everything to get everything, and it was really hard. But so my Western blot and myelitis came back. I am not CDC positive, but I do have several markers. But I think for the first test, the Elsa, whatever it's called, that I believe you need to have five, 4 or 5, and I have like 3 or 4 of the bands, and then in the Western blot, you're supposed to have like 3, and I have 2. Something to that extent. I don't even know. I have a wicked case of dry mouth. Okay. So I experienced a pretty bad herpes around Halloween, and then on Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, it was really, really bad. I made Thanksgiving dinner, a big turkey for my friend Kat, my husband, my kids, my dad, and I also made 3 pies from scratch. I spent like 4 days in the kitchen preparing for Thanksgiving. I spent over $100 on the food just for Thanksgiving and nothing more than Thanksgiving. So I went back to my doctor again last week. I'm sorry, I'm really out of it. Like, my head is killing me. So he put me on Flexeril, cyclobenzaprine, 10 milligrams, because I have like the really bad jerks and everything. I could be sitting completely still and suddenly, like, muscle jump up, or I'll just jump. I guess it's really weird. My husband was complaining that at night I was hitting him in my sleep. So I talked to my LLMD about that. So he gave me the Flexeril. It's a muscle relaxer. And I take that at bedtime, and I don't take it all day, just at bedtime. And I've only been on it for a week now, and I really don't notice much of a difference. I started taking my Zoloft again, and I've been doing pretty good with that. The reason I wanted to take it again is because my brain fog has been getting really, really bad. And for somebody who's already stressed out, to have brain fog on top of it, to have like a million things on the list to do, and you walk in a room and you honestly cannot recall why you had to go into that room whatsoever, and you think that you might have gone and done that, gone in that room thinking something completely different, and then just went on to the next task, and everything just gets all messed up. And I've got kids barking at me that they want this, they need this, they gotta have this. This has to be done right now, and we're in the middle of potty training with Tori, who's going to be 3 on New Year's Eve, and it's lots of fun when my head is throbbing something horrendously. So the Zoloft has calmed me down a little to kind of chill me out. So like, I don't get the anxiety attacks because of forgetting or not finding the right word. Now if I can't find the right word, or usually I'll say like half of one word and half of another word intertwined. I can't type with a lick. I think the words out in my head, and I I have always been an avid typer and chatter. I've always been able to type more than 55 words a minute. And, you know, it really, like, I look at this after I'm done with it and I'm like, what's the bad word that I mean? And it really, really, really sucks. So that's why I'm on the Zoloft. And then I decided that I wanted to go to a pain management doctor. But my big problem is that I didn't want to go on these strong narcotics that are just gonna knock me for a loop and make me all weird. So I chose interventional pain management. It's a clinic that they do different types of injections, and it's really interesting. I discussed it with my LLMD before I actually went, and he said that it was a great idea, that any type of, you know, lessening of my pain would be really good for me. So I went to the pain management doctor, and I'm sorry, he is not educated in Lyme. I asked him if he'd ever treated a Lyme patient before, and he turned around and he looked at me and he said, the only thing that I know about Lyme disease is that whenever a patient goes through a flare-up, you have to prescribe antibiotics. And I didn't want to say anything. Like, I was shocked that I was hearing a medical professional saying these words to me. And eventually I did tell him that, you know, you don't prescribe antibiotics for flare-ups. You stay on antibiotics until you're better. And that, you know, I'm not, that I explained to him that I'm not CDC positive, but in the last 2.5 years that I've been sick, oh, there was my heart palpitating. In the last 2.5 years that I've been sick, I have only, you know, gotten narcotics when absolutely necessary. Like, the reason I was in such a bad state around Halloween was because I literally fell and broke my ass. Now, my mother texted me early in the morning, just to be a smart ass. You don't even know what it's about. Like, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. But she texted me to be a smart ass, and I jumped out of bed because I had only gotten like 2 hours of sleep, and I slipped off the bed and I smacked my ass on the side rail of my bed. I have this big wood queen size bed, and it's like the side rail, and my butt crack just, you know, like hugged the freaking thing. And then I fell to the floor after that, and that happened on a Thursday, and I ended up going to urgent care on Saturday. I could no longer take the pain. I was having horrible spasms. I could look at my back in the mirror and I could see some of them. Like, it was 2 different spots that was just popping. And so urgent care, all he did is he gave me Ultram. And I took those very, very, very sparingly because I knew I would need them. And so that's that. Anyway, back to the pain management doctor. So he doesn't really know a lot about Lyme, but he is committed to helping me. When I first got in there, I was telling him about like my symptoms and the things that I wanted help with. And he said, like, we were pretty much all done. He said, hey, would you like me to take care of that headache for you? And I said, you can do that? I thought like maybe he was going to crack my neck or something. I didn't know what he meant. And he goes, yeah, get on the table. I'll give you a few injections in your head. I'm like, okay. So he took out this needle and he put it in 4 different spots on my head. Like right here, yeah, right here, and right here. So like they're like that. And it hurt, the needle hurt going in, I'm not gonna lie about that, but it didn't last that long. And it burned a little bit when he was injecting the stuff. I don't know if you just saw that, but I'm like, like all jerking. That was one of my little twitches. So anyway, uh, I felt like there was something leaking down my face right after he did it, and oh my god, where's my brain? Anyway, so my headache did go away to an extent. Um, this part of my head no longer hurt at all. Like, it wasn't totally numb. It's not like I was like drooling on myself or anything, but the that part of my head where I had the headache, it didn't hurt. But it got worse right here and on the crown of my head, like as if I were wearing a yarmulke. And it still hurts right there. Like when I push down right there on my head, like I feel a little bit better. Um, but so my headache got worse, got a lot worse. Um, and the day after the injections, it was a 10. It was the worst headache I ever had. And the worst part about it was that when I laid down, my head throbbed more. So I had to sit up. I had to prop myself up in my bedroom with pillows, and I had the door shut, and I had the lights off, and I had the blind drawn, and my dad was in the living room with the kids, and oh my gosh, my head was just throbbing. And so I finally called the doctor, and he called me in a narcotic pain medication, which I really didn't want, hydrocodone, 5-325, so it's 5 milligrams of codeine, and 325 milligrams of acetaminophen. So, I don't know, I took it like right after I got home from the pharmacy, and I have to tell you, it did help. So he gave me a lot of them because I'm not going to be able to go see him again until January 3rd. And he's going to start working on my neck, doing different injections in my neck. And so he gave me a prescription for 120 pills. 120 pills, I did the math. That would be like 7 pills a day. But it says to take one every 6 hours. And so if you do the math on that, then that's 4 pills a day. So it's really weird. I'm going to take them very sparingly. I took 2 yesterday, and I took 2 today. I'm not going to take another one before bed. Yeah, so I have like a big collection of prescription bottles now. Still, I take way more supplements. Way more supplements. I finally had to get a 4 times a day pill thing. My daughter stole my 1 week to AM PM pill thing, and there were pills everywhere. And luckily, I really honestly did recover every single last pill. I just filled it that morning, and I left it a little too far out on the counter, and she got a hold of it. And I have no idea how I missed it, no idea at all. I know I was busy that morning. We went to Devlin School for something, but anyway. So my herxes have been really bad. I can live with everything else except the headache, and then everything like combined together really sucks. It's like a slap in the face, and I really hate it. Yeah, my husband's out of town. He will be back. He's actually in Florida, actually. He's a couple hours away, but he's in Florida. He'll be back at the end of the week, and then on either Sunday or Monday, we are taking off for New York, and we're going to spend Christmas with our family, and I'm really, really excited. My dad's going to stay here at the house with the dogs. They can't be alone, and so I'm really, really stoked, really stoked. But yeah, our travel time that we're going to be up there, that's usually like my herc cycle. I've been charting it. It's in this notebook somewhere. I know it is. I swear, good thing YouTube about the allotment that you can upload. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it pretty much goes through like the 28th through the 8th. So that's 10 days, like every month. It'll start on the 28th and then it'll continue on to the next month until the 8th. On, well, pretty much, yeah. It's like within like 2 or 3 days. So it's usually between usually starts between the 26th and the 28th, and it usually ends between the 8th and the 10th. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody else, like, have you charted your herc cycles? I know that it's a bit different for those of you with other bees like Babesia and Bartonella and, you know, rickets, like Rocky Mountain spotted fever. So, you know, I'm lucky in the aspect that I got rid of the Bartonella infection initially before I was even diagnosed with Lyme. So, I'm sorry, and I wish everybody the best. I really hope that everybody has festive and happy holidays. Okay. So I really want to go to bed. So I'll just show you our Christmas tree and some of our decorations. But then I'm gonna go. All right. Bye. Oh, you can't really see it too well. But here's the tree. We got a star on top. And over here we've got some decorations that Devlin made in school. Gingerbread house on the front door. Here are the kids' stockings with like my Christmas decorations that have to stay up. And Devlin made a menorah at school. So that's that in the middle that we made. So yeah, happy holidays to one and all.